Welcome to The Perfect Exposure, where every episode we bring to you home industry experts where we discuss related topics. I'm your host, Mary Coons of Mary Light Photography, and I'm here today with...
I'm Andrew Hazelton with Kitchens by Christina, KBC Design Studio.
And Carrie Sinnenberg, Artistic Dream Kitchens.
Thank you both for joining me on our podcast. This is episode number 2, so we're really excited. Especially excited because I have a long-standing connection with KBC Design Studio and met Andrew probably
2017?
Yeah.
A while ago.
7 years ago?
Yeah. Five. No, 7.
I was like, wait.
I can't do basic math right now.
It's okay, me neither.
Long day.
I definitely feel like it was yesterday, though, regardless.
Yes.
It was a blink, basically. And Carrie, you have been friends with Christina and worked with her in some capacity for a number of years.
Yeah, I was her original assistant, her very, very first assistant.
So you were pre-Andrew?
Yes.
Pre.
I am the original. I'm the OG.
That's on. And I think we actually met at one point at a show, a kitchen show.
Yes.
And I remember Christina saying, "That's Carrie. She was here a super long," and it was like this big reuniting. It was really awesome.
Didn't you start with her in
2002, 2001, or 2002.
So 20 years.
A long time ago.
22 years.
Yeah.
KBC has been in existence for...
Since 2001, so 23 years.
Wow. And Christina herself has been in the kitchen industry for like...
I'm not allowed to say.
35
plus
odd.
Since she was an infant.
Yeah.
I think her dad was a designer too.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's some of the stuff that I'm like digging it out from far back in my memory from my training over at KBC. But so I guess I would like some inside information about how you both started in the industry, and then we could talk a bit about KBC and Artistic Dream Kitchens. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then and how you collaborate.
Yeah.
And even how I've collaborated.
Yeah.
It's sort of morphed into a whole different genre of kitchen work for you guys. So I know your story.
Back in 2011, my parents were redoing a bathroom and just stopped into KBC, met with Christina, and then by the end of the project, she offered me an internship.
Oh my gosh.
So just...
Was this on Central Avenue?
Yes.
Okay.
The Central Ave showroom.
And the internship entailed?
Sweeping floors, putting samples back, website updates, just anything in any little capacity that needed to be done.
Yep.
I think it started as 10 hours a week. And
wow.
That was 2011, so 13 years later.
Wow.
And it's just grown and morphed into a different position. And
yeah, what's your title?
General manager.
Yeah. Congratulations. I love that story. I do. I love telling that story too. And when I meet some of your clients at the end of the project, I'm like, oh, I love Andrew. Forever.
Long time.
Yeah. No, that's great. And so is this what you dreamed of doing?
Unknowingly, yes.
Okay.
So I've always wanted to do something that was creative, and this fills that.
Mm-hmm.
And I absolutely love every day that I work with, which to me is super key. It really doesn't feel like work.
Yeah.
I enjoy what I do.
And you're good with numbers.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing that I've picked up on you.
And
Yeah.
Dimensions.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Even though I couldn't do basic math.
Yeah.
Right.
At the beginning.
Well, your brain's exhausted of the day, I'm assuming. Like, that's a lot of, I remember thinking, you're like the man behind the curtain.
That's what
the
joke is that I'm
but now you're on mic and camera.
So I am real. Yeah. Because some people don't believe it.
It's so funny. And now KBC has a location in Saratoga.
Yep, Saratoga
and
Rexford. And then I'm actually based out of our St. Pete, Florida location.
That's crazy. So amazing. I think that's super exciting. And so you guys could work with people
pretty much anywhere. Yeah.
Over wherever
We've got a job
live-
currently in Texas going on.
Wow.
Just finished one out in California, and then a couple months ago wrapped one up in North Carolina.
So you still, so do you do those jobs too ever? Like in different states, but different areas? Or you will?
Yeah, I will,
Yeah.
but I haven't.
Okay.
Me, it seems more like about a 2-hour radius.
That makes sense.
And in this,
Yeah, that makes sense. And you both do the kitchen designing, is that
Yeah.
correct? Okay. And then you meet with clients and you then do all the measuring of their kitchen, and then you come up with all the ideas and the concepts, and then you bring it back and draw it up and present it. And that's basically, is that how it works still?
kind of, yeah. Yeah. Pretty much.
More so with Carrie, I'm more the logistical
Yeah.
behind.
Really is the man behind the curtain.
Yeah,
Yep.
for real.
I'm the front line.
Yeah, no, that's
In the line of fire.
super cool. And so, but you also, you do the like actual design work in the programs. that
Yes,
you use.
Design Flex.
Yeah, that's what you.
2020 Design Flex.
Okay, so it has a new name.
It has a new
When
name. Yes.
I've been far removed from. That's amazing. I actually think that stuff is really interesting. It's kind of cool to make new of something old,
Yes.
right? But also,
They've added on with key features. They've integrated it with other programs too.
oh,
So they've just renamed it and rebranded it.
that's awesome. Is that like a favorite part of the job, or is that just a necessity?
I love doing
Do you?
design.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
Doing the design.
So like the layout, when you use that program, it's primarily to lay out the cabinetry, right?
correct.
And not just the cabinetry, but how the
flow
would
of the
be
room.
moved around
Yeah.
it, right? And then the fun part comes after was like,
The fun part's still inside that program
is it?
because that's when you get to pick the finishes, the colors. So you pick them off of physical samples that we have in all of our showrooms,
Okay.
and then the program actually will do the 3D renderings so that you can actually visualize it. It's with it being Design Flex now, the new program or updated program really, because it is the same program.
Yeah.
You can import images of tile that they're going to actually use from different manufacturers, countertops.
Yeah.
The countertops is, in my opinion, a little glitchy, and I hope they improve that. But you can import everything right off of just images off of the internet
Lighting,
and start
appliances, that's wall color,
wallpaper.
flooring.
The technology, it's just advancing faster than my own brain can keep up with.
Yeah.
But
It's very helpful for people, especially these days. A lot of 2-tone colors are in, or like doing
Three tones.
3 tones, 4 tones. It's not just the average, okay, we're going to do medium tone wood cabinet and granite countertops
yeah.
and all knobs. No, it's not like that anymore. It's all different. And so the computer actually helps people really see the colors, the differences in the colors.
Change their mind before it's too late.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Easier to change virtually than in real life.
Yeah.
But the tough thing too, though, with some of these design programs is the way that this computer screen or shows the color is not a 100% accurate representation. So you still need physical samples
Right.
for actual
Right.
true tonality.
Decision making.
Correct.
Yes. So you might have an idea or a concept, but
Yes.
then you need to have
The
Real physical
to
samples.
make a
Yeah.
go, or else it's a gamble.
Yeah.
And expensive.
Sometimes it looks great. The samples look great together and you put it on the computer and it looks funny. But in real life, it looks beautiful. So you just have to trust.
And if you play with the
Real life.
things on the screen,
It can.
Yeah.
it can help
Yeah.
too.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
So
That's
it's
interesting.
which is really weird.
Yeah. So you have been in the kitchen or design industry for how long, Carrie?
Well, Christina must have a habit of doing this because
Does.
when I met Christina, I was an artist and I did murals and wall treatments. Remember when faux painting was popular?
Yep.
Textures on walls. So I was doing the Saratoga Showcase of Homes.
Oh, nice.
With Nicole Skinner from Designer Interiors of Boston. And we were doing that together. I was doing all the wall treatments, the artwork, and Christina and her partner at the time went through our house and they loved all the wall treatments. And she was just opening her new studio.
Oh my God.
And asked me to come there with my samples and do a consult for them. So while I was there doing my consult, I see the two of them whispering to each other, and then they offered me a job.
Oh my gosh. She has a knack
The
for
formula.
Yeah.
She has a good, and I'm like, well, why me? And she said, well, you'll be great. You're artistic. You're great with people. I see, how you're doing. And she said, and I'll teach you everything else. And so I took them up on their offer.
Yeah.
Under her wing in.
So she taught me everything design, kitchen related. And just like Andrew, I was not allowed to deal with any clients or work with anyone until I was with them for over a year. And, I was, doing samples and cleaning just like Andrew was. And then, and like you. And then finally, after my 1 year, I graduated to become a designer.
That's so amazing.
And I was still doing the computer design work for Christina and her partner at the time. So I was doing kind of like what Andrew does now. So I was doing all the computer work because they sent me away for advanced training. So I ended up becoming more of an expert on the design software than they were because they didn't take
that was very similar. Yeah.
And then I did the same with Andrew.
They were kind of more client facing, and then you were on the back end. And now,
so I did all the designs, and then I'd have a few clients myself, and then I started getting very busy. And so then we needed an assistant for all three of us.
Oh my God.
And so that's when Allie came in. Yeah.
And I met Allie too at a different show.
Yes.
Yes. The infamous Allie.
But that's super cool. That's so neat. And now, so your collaboration with them has been really amazing for your business, right?
Oh my God, it's been amazing. So I worked with KBC Design Studio in the beginning for about 6 years. And in that time frame, I also got my real estate license, which I know you work with a lot of realtors.
Yeah, we always smirk when we talk about this. Real estate history. I'll have to show you the Realty USA sign that's downstairs in my basement.
Yeah, the No More Realty company. But it was great. It was a little crazy for a while, but I got really busy doing the real estate, and so I kind of put the kitchen design on the back burner. And then by the time the market fell through in 2008, 2009, I wanted to get back into kitchens, and the only opening Christina had was for a bookkeeper.
Oh, and then Holly came along.
Correct. Yep.
Was that around the same time? Or was it years?
Probably after I messed everything
Oh,
up.
no.
Then Holly came to the rescue. But yeah.
She gave you a chance.
She gave me a chance.
And
And I'm like, no, it's not working. So I worked for a couple other kitchen companies.
Did I?
Oh yeah. I would do anything just to be close to Christina.
Times, to be honest with you, when I was starting my business, I'm like, oh, it's really slow. Andrew, you guys got anything?
Because you were doing our social media for a while.
Yep. Yeah.
A couple of years ago.
We still create content, but it's not the same type of content. I was like, this has got to be professional. And they're like, we just need some stuff that happened.
The professional photography has taken everything to a new level. So thank you, because that has been game changer.
Yeah. It took me a while to get where we're at now, but I think
it's so funny because looking at some final photos,
I was going to say, I'm like, I wouldn't say those are crap.
No,
like 10 years ago, but now I look at them and I say, those are crap. And I was, in my head, I'm like, Andrew was so nice. He was so nice.
You can totally see the growth. It's amazing.
Yeah, we upgraded a lot of things and got more experience, and that, that helps. Experience is key, I think.
Yep.
So on average, this might be a hard question, but maybe not. How many kitchen or projects do you take on in a year? Numbers, man.
I think right now, just based off of what we've done this year, I think it's close to 120 projects.
Wow. Those are big projects too.
So,
Whoa. And how many of those do you?
I'd say I'm probably about 30 to maybe 30 to 40.
30 to 40 probably.
Yeah.
Work. You guys are working hard.
Yes.
And so you have a busy season like we do? Or
Used to.
Yeah.
But it has been just steady, consistently lately. Typically, we'll die down at
Around this time.
Thanksgiving time.
Even in Florida?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Between Thanksgiving, although not currently though.
necessarily want
It hasn't slowed down though.
It just hasn't.
Is it this year? Or
Well, the past 3 years,
Yeah.
4 years, ever since COVID, it's really just been steady.
it could be just a backup of all the jobs that didn't get done and people are starting to recover financially, albeit slowly, but that's good progress.
I think people have a different mentality now. They just don't want to wait for tomorrow. When they want to do it, they just seem to prioritize it.
Yeah, like life's short and you never know what's going to happen. Right. And we kind of all know that now.
Yes.
Additionally, I think with the housing market, the way that it is, you can't go out and just pick the house you want.
Correct.
Anymore. Your wants list become no longer a priority, and it's a have-to-have list.
I know when I bought my wants list and my hard, not going to compromise list turned into my what on this will you compromise on just to find, and then changed the interior.
Right. So either you're buying a house that you have to do work to, or you're staying in your house and you're doing work too.
Right.
And I see a lot of that.
I think my friend who you're working with now was the same situation, and actually there's people in my neighborhood. They're having kids and they need another space and they have room to add on. Or if we just took out this wall and got rid of this ugly room, we'd have a whole other such and so space.
And the open concept is
it's definitely changed.
Yeah, people are staying more and remodeling and making their home, making their house into a home.
Right.
Making it more theirs and customizing it.
I kind of love that.
Even when you move too, you're still going to want to change things.
Oh, yeah.
I have friends who do new builds here and there, and then they get in and they still are like, well, can you help me fix this or do this? Or
it doesn't quite feel homey or...
But they want their own little spin on everything.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And I think that's why I love going into homes that aren't the best.
Yes.
When I go into a home to take pictures, I'm not there to critique the house necessarily. I'm there to help sell it. Mm-hmm. So in my mind, it's how can I showcase or what angles of this room give me a certain feeling of potential. Yes. Can I picture a bar area over there, or can we, angle the furniture a certain way to make it look better? And in my mind, those homes add more creativity to the jobs. Whereas in homes that are pristine and stage, or even when I do the kitchens that you guys complete, I love to take photos of those because then I can become more technical and artistic at the same time. It's easier. Mm-hmm. But then there's that more primitive brain that wants to fix. I just want to go in this ugly old house and fix it in my head.
Sometimes super simple, just moving a chair.
Yeah.
Just so that you have a line of sight through the entire room to make it actually feel large.
Yeah.
Instead of having the chair sitting there and breaking the line of sight.
Yeah. That's similar to how we look at things in the photography realm too. It's very similar.
I think a lot of homeowners are scared of that though, because I don't think a lot of them can see the final vision. And so they get scared or intimidated with buying a home.
Yeah.
It isn't the way that they already want to see it.
Right.
Finished. So unless you're like us and you can really envision the change, it's a little harder.
We do sometimes do some virtual staging. We don't do virtual renovations unless it's something that's happening. Because there could be misleading or misrepresenting the house. Virtual staging, it It's not perfect. It's not real sticky. I would much rather just show up on site and take pictures of somebody's brilliant idea. But on the back end, it's like a few minutes with an AI program and you're redesigning the space. Yeah.
What's your take on the AI stuff?
I dislike it wholeheartedly. But we do use it and it does help our business.
We've slowly, not with the design aspect, but with marketing, we've integrated a little bit of AI, but I'm not a huge fan of it.
Yeah.
On the design side, doesn't seem scaled, proportionate, anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah. We have a program that we can manipulate. So we can change the scale. We can add lighting. We can choose the furniture. We can, so it depends on the program that you're using, and we can talk about it if you want some advice on that, because that is actually pretty cool, the program we're using. And then, but at the same time, I don't like taking the person out of it. I don't, not just in the small scale, but in the larger scale. And not because I'm like afraid. I think it just doesn't. And what I'm loving seeing on social media or just anywhere when people talk about it, a lot of people feel the same way.
Yeah.
So then it's like, okay, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't be so scared of it if everyone can understand that it's just not something. You can't replace a person.
Correct.
Ever. You can speed up a process.
Yes. You can use it to advertise things and
check over your work, or just exporting, importing files, things that are really mundane and would take off of our already overworked plates, right? But to take it design, I did an Airbnb shoot, and this woman, I was like, oh my God, I love that artwork. She goes, oh, AI did it. Right?
Yeah.
Silence, all right? I'm like, so where's the signature? AI, like it just, and then it felt a little creepy at that point, because I was like, oh, I love it. And then it got ruined.
I mean, it does have its place and its purpose, but I don't know what it is about it. There's certain things that I don't feel like it does as well as an actual human can.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't have human touch. And I think that that is a priceless thing. Hopefully we can hold on. I just keep picturing us all on like Wally's, like
the
Wally's ship with our floating things, like so
the joysticks to
unhealthy. Just like, have you seen that movie? Oh my gosh. No. Oh, you got to watch it. It's so good. And they just have screens in their face. I'm like, what was it? And their
screens and the slushies.
Yes, I'm like, those are the Stanley Cups. Like,
the big gulp Stanley.
There, yeah, almost there. All the space stuff. Here we go. Hold on, I better get over my fear of heights because
pretty soon. Yes,
our cars are going to be flying soon.
But so what trends are you guys seeing right now? I know that it might be area specific. I don't know.
Wood tones.
Natural
wood tones. Courtesan white oak.
And what's courtesan?
Courtesan is the way that the oak is cut.
Okay. And so there's this different appearance to it.
Correct.
The green.
Yeah. Different. Okay.
It's a much tighter grain, and then it's got like flecks in it. And sometimes it'll have mineral streaks in it, which just add, in my opinion, it adds to it.
I love that. Well, we had the cherry done.
Yes.
And the amber finish is really light. And I remember Bob saying, we can maybe see if we can get rid of some of those. And I was like, leave it.
Leave it. It's the best.
It looks like I'm in the woods.
Yeah, it's the best.
Manufactured in like Walmart, defense Walmart. But, but, it's not, the same thing over and over again, which sometimes looks nice. But I love how broken up.
The variation in the wood tone, too, that's a huge thing that we're seeing, too.
Okay.
The factories are actually allowing more sapwood into their lines to get more of that variation.
Why do you think they didn't do that before? Was it a technical mechanical thing?
No, I think it was just
imperfect?
A taste preference.
Oh, okay.
I think the market's allowing it more now.
Okay.
After the whole farmhouse, with a rustic, I think people got more
comfortable with it.
So prior to wood tones, we were looking at a lot of white cabinet.
Yes.
Thankfully, color is in.
Okay.
I'm the queen of
love
color.
that.
I love
Amazing.
I love that. I love
Thankfully,
hearing that.
yes.
So,
And custom colors. People will do all different green,
Green,
purple.
green, similar.
I did a green kitchen. Yeah.
is that
Harriet Whittle.
blue, red.
so? The Saratoga kitchen, was that custom color or was
Yes,
that, okay?
that was
Oh.
Emily did that.
Yeah.
Emily with Ion Decor did that.
Okay. So I remember looking at the paint they had on
Yes.
the historic.
Yep, elements.
I don't know if they were kitchen cabinets or just cabinets.
Those were actually historic built-ins that were with the
Wow.
house. So
Is that how they matched it, or did they
painted the cabinets, the existing historic cabinets, to match the new cabinetry,
Oh my!
and then painted all of the doors and the trim.
The same.
And they used, it was a Sherwin-Williams historic color. I can't remember the green exact color off the top
Oh
of my
my
head,
god!
but it is stunning. Her and Nick LaMalfa from LaMalfa
Yep.
Homes.
I met
installed
him.
that was,
I met him on site.
they did an amazing job.
He was doing another project upstairs.
Yes. Yep. They're working on the bathrooms.
So I'm like, that is so cool. Talk about making old new,
Yes.
or just like making it yours, right?
It's a Greek revival.
So cool.
Downtown Saratoga.
And so for cabinets, we are seeing a lot of wood tones.
Yes.
And where are people leaning towards with countertops?
Natural stone.
So granite.
Granite, soapstone. Yep. We're seeing a lot of soapstone.
Okay. That's interesting. 'Cause
And still quartz.
quartz
I
too.
do quartz.
Yeah. Soapstone, I don't remember seeing a lot of that in installs like
You're going to
5 or 6 years ago, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a softer looking
It's yep.
stone, right? I think I love it.
It's 100% non-porous.
Okay.
So that's a big selling feature.
No staining?
Correct.
Okay.
And if it does scratch, you can actually buff it out too. So
Wow.
it's a beautiful, beautiful material.
I feel like that's going to make
Just not a lot of color, though. It's
Correct.
It's very.
Right?
It's either greenish, grayish, or like a charcoal color. So you're not going to get your light white. So people who like the light white countertops or the marble look, they're not going to get that in soapstone.
quartz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some granite. Some granite can be pretty white, but that's
The
still,
whites, unless
Yeah.
it's an actual marble, which has its own
yeah.
Issues.
issues that need to be because I put marble in my own home.
Yeah.
And I mean, I love it, but I knew the animal. And
Yeah.
You have to really
Yeah.
take care of
with certain
Right.
things. Like, don't set a bottle of vinegar on it and leave it for 2 days because now I have an etched ring.
Yeah.
But I mean, I knew that going into it.
Right.
So I find that as part of the beauty of it.
And now, so you guys, how many cabinet lines are you working with?
We work with 5 on a regular basis. We have a total of 7, not including outdoor cabinetry.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a total of 7, but we work with 5 of them pretty much on a daily basis.
all different levels.
Yep.
Different
Okay.
price points.
Yep.
Yep.
And so that means you can work with people pretty much on their budget,
Correct.
and
Yep.
you could still offer them
Pretty much any
quality
product.
and amazing service
Correct.
without breaking the bank
Yes.
or breaking the bank. If that's what you want to do.
Do.
Yeah. Or you can.
Or you can do it if
Yeah.
you want to.
Yeah, that's great. So what is KBC's, she has a slogan, bringing
Bring
art
art to kitchen. Art to kitchen.
art to kitchens design.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Bringing art to kitchen design. I remember saying that and putting it on brochures, but I couldn't remember the
And it truly is.
It really is. Yeah. Yeah. And especially the way that you guys embrace sort of every homeowner's wishes and desires. And you both have, I haven't experienced it with you in person, but I've seen you working on the back end of things, but with sort of embracing, and I've seen the end
The
product,
final product.
right?
Yes.
Embracing what they want and making them feel good about it and still guiding them towards things that your experience is like, or maybe something else. That's a craft, because I mean, Andrew did it to me too.
It's
and now I know what that, that process is like. It's a roller coaster. I want this, I want that. I changed my mind. I think I really want this. This is it. Actually changed my mind.
Oh, yeah.
And
With
you
your
guys all
backsplash.
know.
Yeah.
Backsplash too.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it's not only too like from an aesthetic standpoint, but it's also that with a functionality standpoint. Like you
I
have to
bet.
guide them to what is going to be functional for their lifestyle based off of.
And you have all different kinds of personalities, types that can make that harder or easier in the end.
Correct.
Right.
I always think it's better if a client comes to us and explains what they love about their current kitchen, what they don't like, and what maybe they want to change. And they give us an idea of budget, and they maybe pick a color that they're attracted to, or it might be like 3 or 4 colors, and maybe have their little wish list of the things that they need to have in the design, and then just kind of give it to us and let us
That's beautiful.
kind of take all that information and give them the design that'll have everything that they need in there, instead of sometimes you go to a client's home and they're very rigid, where they're like, I want this cabinet here, I want this cabinet here, I want this cabinet here. And so I think if people get away from that and maybe give up a little of their control.
Things that the homeowner doesn't
No.
necessarily know that's out in the market, or there's a reason why you don't typically put that cabinet in that location.
Yeah.
Like, and it could be something as simple as the way that the door is hinged is going to bind with the adjacent cabinet door.
Right.
So it's
Yeah. There was a lot of things when
Or maybe having the big cabinet over there doesn't make sense because you really need it next to the stove.
right.
So if they really want the best benefit of our expertise, I think it's better to just let us give us a shot,
Yeah.
see what we come up with,
Yeah.
and tweak it from there.
I think honestly, that's probably the smartest thing to do. I mean, it's sort of like letting the wedding planner take control, right? You don't need to know about, grandma falling, like the things that just come up that you don't need to know about. If it means that your overall experience is just going to be improved upon, then you just let it go. But it's hard. A lot of people have a hard time.
so you were really, really good with letting it go.
With the layout, I knew.
Especially because I was so
Though I know you. I know
True.
You trust
so
well.
Yeah.
you trust.
And your mom has the same house as me.
Yes. Yeah.
And
And she should have done the layout that you did.
yeah. Well,
But she got too involved, probably.
Yeah.
no, that was to me the functionality. We did end up tweaking some things.
We tweaked a little.
But it was mostly because we changed our mind about the door and the slider thing.
Yes.
And then we're like, oh, we could put more cabinets, which means we can shift this to
Yes.
another spot. And that was just a happy accident, sort of.
Yes. Yeah.
But I know you and I know myself. I know that if I get,
And I know you too. So
yeah, I was,
that was easy.
you're like, Mom, she's always doing something. It has changed our life, having the kitchen in a new layout and also just starting fresh, and having that open concept. We're literally making dinner, planning the next dinner, making lunches, helping with homework, talking to the kid about college, all in that 2-hour time slot that we have for free every day.
And it maximizes the time that you're spending with everybody. too.
Yeah, it really does. And I gotta say, one of the most painful things to do at the end of the day is to make lunches for your kids.
I hear my sister complain about that.
It's a tiny task, but for some reason, it feels like the worst task of the whole day.
At the end of the day.
Yeah. And well, now we've delegated. My 11-year-old makes lunches and we give her an allowance. But in fact, before we instituted that, it was, I know where all my baggies are. I know they're all organized in this drawer, and we have the peg for the plates, and everything just has its own spot, which makes it so much daily life is just happier, you know, and we all love cooking now. Everybody's cooking in the kitchen, like everyone. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We all love it. And before it was just that daily
task.
And this was completed like 9 months ago, just about almost, right? March? Was it done in March? April?
March or I don't know. The time
Started somewhere in February. It was sometime in the early spring.
I think it was finished in the beginning of April.
Probably. And then, because we had the floors done, so things were a little bit delayed. But
Did you add it on the rest of the floors, right?
No, not yet.
I thought you did.
No.
Upstairs.
We did the whole upstairs.
Okay.
Down the hall, but not the bedrooms.
Okay.
So we're going to do that because we're like, oh my gosh, what a difference. And we actually really vacuum. Like these floors are great. Hurry up and clean it up. And everyone does it. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, it's so nice. So they're wiping off the counters and vacuuming and mopping. It's great. I love it. I highly recommend getting it done. No.
It'll help your kids motivate to do chores.
It really did. I think they also asked if we could, and we usually travel for Christmas, and they were like, can we stay home? That's awesome. Are so happy at home, and they're decorating, putting like little gnomes on the new wall in the foyer, and they're decorating to the nines with Christmas because they are so happy in their space. And I think that's, it's a big change for some people, and for other people, it's a positive change where it's like a cleansing experience. So literally, it is. I mean,
it really is.
A lot of crap we don't use.
It's amazing how much stuff you can accumulate.
Yeah, we've had dumpsters come. We've had bag stores. We sometimes just put stuff out on the lawn, and we're like, free, please
take it.
Get away. But yeah, no, I definitely think there are long-term effects that maybe you guys don't see or hear about because we go back and we take pictures. You sometimes get a testimonial, but they've maybe not even had the chance to really experience their kitchen and give you that kind of feedback, right? I'm sure if you go back to do a bathroom or you work with them again, they'll be like, oh, it was just such a
we get a lot of repeat clients, a lot of word by mouth referrals, which is
that's crazy.
To us, that's the biggest compliment that we can get.
And the word of mouth referrals definitely, but the repeat clients to me blows my mind because there's like decades in between sometimes. Oh yeah, that means that they had such a good experience that 20 years later. Right?
I have someone from 20 years ago right now.
Right now.
See, that's like in and of itself is like a review and a testimonial and a stamp of approval. You can't argue with the fact that they had an excellent experience with you. And now you have 20 more years of experience.
I know. I'm like, wow, they loved me 20 years ago.
We're like,
they better really love me now.
And that's how a lot of our out-of-state jobs actually come to us. Is it's clients that we've worked with before,
and they move.
Or they buy a second home in a different location,
and they still want you.
Yeah.
Wow.
To work on the project.
That's so cool. I think that's like a kind of like a career milestone / I don't know, bucket list item, right? Like for people to appreciate you that long after they complete the job. That's definitely something that I wouldn't.
It's awesome.
Yeah, just hold on to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't get a trophy though. Maybe we'll start manufacturing trophies. 20-year
AI.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. AI print. Get you a 3D printed one. So if people want to book a job with you guys, how do they do that? Or if they are interested in having their kitchen redone or aren't sure even if they should move and or change their home, how did they get a hold of you?
The best way is going to be either call the studio, which is 388-8685 or to go to our website and fill out a submission form, and then one of us will reach out to you.
Awesome. And that's pretty easy.
Yeah.
And then
Also check out House.
I was gonna say, are you guys still advertising on there?
We do have, that's actually where we keep all of our most up-to-date, our digital portfolio. So anytime that you photograph a job, we'll send it over to our house contact and they'll update it. So that's got all of our latest projects that we finished. And
on House, it'll also say basically what kind of type kitchen it is. And so people can get an idea of what, if they like something.
Correct. And even sometimes too, I always tell people, if you don't know what you like, just pick 5 pictures of what you like and we'll
figure it out.
Morph it.
I was going to say, how to prepare your clients for that first meeting. If it mostly...
I like to give them a little bit of homework. I like to ask them to go get 4 to 5 inspiration photos.
Yeah.
And
how about you? How do you handle that first appointment?
A lot of people they'll either have their inspiration photos, or sometimes I don't do that. I just, when I go over there, I kind of look and see if they've remodeled one room, like, oh, have you done any remodeling recently? So they'll be, yeah, we did our bathroom. So I'll have them show that to me, because that gives me an idea of like their style.
Yeah. And like, do you like this bathroom still?
Yeah, exactly.
There's sometimes too that I've gone into homes and people are like, yeah, we just redid this, but this is what we don't like about it.
Yeah.
And
it's a good jumping point. Yeah.
Tried to do it ourselves and can't because of X, Y.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me ask you another important question. How much does it cost for them to sit down with you the first time for a consult?
The in-home consult is gratis, compliments at KBC.
So they pay nothing?
Correct.
Yep. Free.
That's great.
For the first appointment.
That's awesome. That's huge, because that's a lot of time and effort to sort of
Correct.
wreck their brains and and get to know these people. Yeah, that's great. But it's important to have that consult.
Yes.
So,
and the key, I feel, is the first appointment should definitely be out at their home, because as a designer, you get so much more than just, I think you get a feel for how they live, and I like to discuss how they come into the home and everything like that, so that I know the traffic flow, because that all makes huge impacts on how I lay out the space.
Right. Yeah. And then you're there, they are then knowing that you have eyes on everything.
Correct.
And they'll have gained that trust and that one-to-one, person-to-person sort of vibe versus like
Auto design.
Yeah, or an email and a Zoom call.
Yeah.
Which you can do in a pinch,
Correct.
If you guys were like, oh, we had a Zoom call, but like,
Yeah.
it's a little different. It's different, yeah. And you were
1,500
you were not local, and I wasn't about to go to. And you had been to my house.
Yes.
And
Many a time.
I took so many pictures and video, and I was like, here's a floor plan, and I'll give you I'll do a 3. I don't know. I was getting a little excited, so. But
funny.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on our show.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, no, this is awesome. I'm really excited that we get to have different home experts here. We do a lot of realtors, and we're going to have property management company come on here and house flipper.
Nice.
And so having kitchen designers and I hate to say just kitchen, because you have bathrooms and you can design
office
placement, a hearth, things like that.
Yep. Fireplace surrounds.
Yeah, and you have
a lot of those lately.
And then you have people in your immediate contacts that design closets, which we'll do a show about that. And then you have people, then there's the contractors. So so that'll be,
and that's that is a huge part of this.
Yeah,
is a good contractor.
Yeah, and you guys have so many connections to some amazing people, and that is huge. Because you might have somebody and you'll be happy to, like the homeowner might have somebody be happy to work with.
We'll be happy to work with them.
But you can recommend somebody that you've worked with and that you have a good long-standing relationship.
Yes, absolutely.
And that helps a lot for someone who